You all know what this means. We are doing a sampling series video because I got a ton of samples here, some newness, some hypeness, and some things that are oldies but goodies that I just want to smell. So let's get into it because I definitely have some thoughts about it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is Maria here. Yes, we're doing a sampling series video. I got all of these samples from Twisted Lily. You all know that is my main place that I get samples from. I do have a code with them. But alas, let's talk about these scents. But of course, lipstick of the day today, everyone. We are rocking out with MAC Soar lipstick, which is this plummy color. I have been loving this one a lot. I know y'all have seen this one a million times because I keep reaching for it. As always, beauty details, everything on my face will be in the description box below, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day, and I'm keeping it chill, cool, kind of cool girl aesthetic, shall we say. And we're doing Byredo's Mojave Ghost, a favorite. I have reviewed this one already on the channel, so definitely check it out. This one is a bestseller from the brand for a reason, and it's definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite from the brand. So there's that. So yes, Byredo Mojave Ghost is the fragrance of the day. So let's get into these fragrance samples. As always, I move to the side so I can show you all the pictures so you know what I'm talking about. So first up, this is a fragrance I heard a lot about, more so in the summertime, especially after we talked about the hype and the success of Bianco Latte. So yes, this is a Giardini di Toscana fragrance, and we are talking about Bora Bora. So the name alone, I was like, ooh, it's kind of giving vacation because of course Bora Bora is a beautiful place. It is a tropical destination. People love it. And I was like, okay, this has to be a tropical scent. It just does, right? So let's get into the notes of Bora Bora. This fragrance has notes of tiara flower, ylang ylang, jasmine, and apricots. We also have coconut milk, white musk, some jasmine. We also have coconut in here and white musk. We also have vanilla. We have caramel. We also have amber in this fragrance too. So all in all, I said, okay, tiara flower, ylang ylang, coconut milk. Okay, it's a tropical fragrance like I thought, but I will say the vanilla and the caramel intrigued me with this scent. So I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. Plus, if it's anything for the longevity and projection of Bianco Latte, I'm like, this is gonna be a win. And let me tell you, when I wore this one, everything, because oh, by the way, I wear all these fragrances on my body as well as on paper. So that's how I do my testing. So no, this isn't just off of paper. We do wear our fragrances here. Y'all, this one was a love at first sniff. Bora Bora, this is beautiful. I see why this was getting some hype. I get it. This is so pretty to me. Because yes, this is a tropical scent. I get the ylang ylang. I get the tiara flower and all that. So yes, quintessential, summery, tropical scent. Absolutely. But it is the sweetness in this scent that takes it to a different direction and makes this even more enjoyable than the typical summer fragrance, right? I get the caramel in here and I'm like, wow, who knew that I would like caramel with ylang ylang? Just who knew? This is nice. And by the way, on skin, it gets even better and it wears a long time too. So this is a summer scent. I see why people love it because it projects and it also lasts. And normally those two type of definitions do not go together with a summer fragrance. So Bora Bora from Giardini di Toscana is a win. I will say it did kind of remind me of one other fragrance that I already have in my collection. So naturally I pulled it out and I recently picked it up too. That is Kilian's Sun-Kissed Goddess. So because it is in that coconut, tiara flower situation, it has a lot of the similar same notes. I will say though, this one isn't as gourmand. This one is more so solar, but also there's some spiciness in here, maybe some incense in here too. So this one goes in a different direction. I will say that. It's a beautiful summer fragrance, but it and Bora Bora are not the same. Are they related? Yes, it's summer scents, but they go in completely different directions. Again, Bora Bora goes in more of a gourmand, sweet direction. So I am here for this one. You will see it in my summer wish list video for 2025. This is gorgeous. Bora Bora, y'all. So this next one, I had never really heard of. I was like, okay, let's just see what happens. You know, you always gotta throw in a random sample in the mix, you all. So this is also from the house of Giardini di Toscana, and this is Blue Indaco. So I'm like, okay, this one I haven't heard much about. I've heard about Blue Marine or Blue Mare, that's the name. I'd heard about Bora Bora. I've heard about Celeste. But you know, of course, they have other fragrances too. So I'm like, okay, now we get into the deep tracks. So Blue Indaco, I'm like, okay, let's see what happens. We have notes, y'all, of bergamot, frangipani. We also have pink pepper. We have almond. We have vanilla in here. And we have musk and ambroxan. Interesting enough, this is one I smelled. And it's funny, whenever I first get my scents, I never look at the notes of anything. I just spray everything and let me just smell it and see do I like it. And then I get into the notes and all that after the fact. Because, you know, I like to have a pure sampling experience. So I did that with this one. And then this one, I was like, wait a minute, it's something in here I like. And then when I realized that, I say it's the almond because I'm an almond lover, right? This is pretty to me. Yes, this is an almond scent, but this is a summery almond scent. And usually whenever we get almond fragrances, they always are meant for the fall and winter time. But this one, how they paired it, this is a summery one for me. Because it's almonds and it's citrus. Like, that's what I get to my nose. And I like this. It's kind of clean too. It's subtle. It's not doing too much. It's kind of refreshing. But again, that almond gives it almost kind of like a creamy, nutty effect. And I'm like, I like this. So this is unique. This is another one. Do I like it as much as I do Bora Bora? No, I don't. But I'm willing to hold on to my sample and play with it more. Say come around spring, summer. My opinion may change. I might like it even more than I do right now. Because again, it is winter when I'm filming this video. So that again is Blue Indaco from Giardini di Toscana. This is a yes too. And one I will be playing in more later on. Next up, we have one of the newest releases from Creed, you all. This is from their new amber line they have going on. So this is Delphinus. Yes, Delphinus or Delphinus, I've seen pronounced both ways. But yes, Delphinus, this was the one I was the most interested in to try. Its counterpart is Centarius. And yes, that one is next. We'll talk about that in a second. But with Delphinus, you all, I was like, And for me, it was because I saw that this was more of a almond and tonka bean type of scent. And of course, amber. Naturally, again, I'm an almond girl, so I'm like, oh, Delphinus, let's get into it. So we have notes of almond, incense, and black pepper in here, you all. We also have pink pepper, we have orris, we have heliotrope and orchid. We also have bourbon vanilla tonka bean too, y'all. Leather, amberwood, and patchouli. This one, yeah, this was a win. This was another one that was a little bit first sniff. This was a little bit first sniff because the almond immediately jumped out to me, and I got the orris, which gives more of a powdery effect too. I was getting all of that. And then the other notes came in. So this is like a powdery sweet scent, and for me, this is more of a signature scent type of fragrance for the cold weather. Definitely signature scent worthy. I love this one. Oh, and by the way, this is one, it is actually unisex because I was actually testing them out one day, and then the head chef came up. He was like, oh, let me smell that one. And he was like, wait a minute, I like that. I was like, this is the new Creed. He was like, oh, new Creed. So then he had to go somewhere. So he was like, let me wear that one. So he put it on. So yeah, we both sampled it, okay? And he was like, I really like this. So this one is unisex. It is head chef approved to you all. So yes, Delphinus is a win for all of us here. This is a win. I do want a full bottle of this one. I knew I would like this one, but I didn't expect to love it. I'll say that. So this one was a total win. So this is the new Creed Delphinus. Now the next one that also came out along with Delphinus, we have Centarius, you all. So yes, we have the Centarius as well. This one I was a little bit more hesitant on because when I saw the notes, I was like, I don't know. We're gonna see, but let's talk about it. So you all, we have notes of cinnamon, we have tobacco, we also have cardamom, pink pepper, and we have sandalwood, patchouli, heliotrope, geranium, jasmine. We have benzoin, bourbon vanilla, balsam in here, tonka bean, and ambroxan. So I was like, this one's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be real spicy. I see that now. Interesting. With Centarius, to me, this one smells spicy and masculine to my nose. And for me, I think it's two notes in here I'm convinced are what make me not like the scent. It is the balsam in here and geranium. I have learned, by the way, I don't like a geranium note. Something about it gives it a weird kick that I don't like. And I smell it. I definitely smell it in here. So it's kind of spicy. It's like a whole pot of spices mushed up together, and then with the geranium going on. This one is a no for me, as you can tell. I'm not feeling it, so I'm glad they released two fragrances in this new amber collection because this one is a no for me. I don't like it. It's definitely going to be Delphinus for me. Next up, let's move to the house of Mancera. This is one that's very popular. A lot of people love this one. It's been recommended to me before, so I figured why not try it? Because, you know, you all make me recommendations, and some of them are wins, you know? So let's see what happens. This is Rose's Greedy, you all. Rose's Greedy. We got it right here. So we have notes of basket of fruits, okay, mandarin, peach, coconut, and blackcurrant. Okay, wait a minute. It's supposed to be Rose's Greedy. Why am I getting everything but rose right now? But anyway, so then we have hard notes, y'all, of imposing French rose, jasmine, and aquatic flowers. And then the base wall, we have amber, vanilla, white musk, and tears of benzoin. This is Mancera's right up, not mine. I'm like, okay, that's real dramatic. They're extra. So let me tell you what I got from this one, y'all. Actually, because of the name, you do get what you're supposed to get, and I got a whole lot of rose. Like, the rose smacks you dead in the face. I'm like, okay, great. Thank you. That's what I was expecting. It's a little green to me, and it's also a little musky. Some sweetness. This is definitely a spring fragrance. Like, if you want a true, like, first of spring, you know, when it's, like, late March and all that, it's a little bit of coolness in the air. That's what this smells like to me. This is pretty. This is feminine to me. This is a pretty girl. I see why this one is hyped up. I see why people like this one. So, okay, this is an easy reach. This is like classically feminine and pretty girl for me. So I like this one. Okay, this was a good recommendation, y'all. I appreciate it. So yes, Mancera's Roses Greedy. This is a yes. I will continue to play in it and I'll let y'all know if it is full bottle worthy or not after all, but I do like this and I will continue to wear it. Next up, we have a fragrance from the house of Matiere Premier. I've tried a few others from this house. So far, I've only had one win, and that is Vanilla Powder. I haven't really liked the other ones I've tried. I know I've tried Crystal Saffron. I've tried Radical Rose too. They didn't do nothing for me. But Vanilla Powder, that was good. But now we're going to talk about Parisian Musk. So this is one I said, I don't hear as much about this one, so I'm willing to try it. This one is supposed to be a woody musk fragrance. It's supposed to be about ambrette seed. That's like the main note. There's also some, let's see, cedarwood in here. There's also musk in here and ambroxan in here as well. So I'm like, okay, this would be more of a simple scent. It's giving my skin a better to me based on a note breakdown, but we'll see what happens. Interesting enough for me, I get like violets in here, even though it's not listed, but I smell a violet flower in here. I don't know why that is. I also get green musk in here. I do get a little bit of the ambrette, but this is one, the cedarwood oil in here. It got woodier and woodier. The longer this dries down, the louder it got along with the musk. So for me, this one is truly unisex. However, again, because of how it dries down, it got woodier. It went from unisex to being more masculine. So for me, this one is a no. It's too woody. It is way too woody for me, for my personal preference. But I see the vision. It's not bad, it's just not for me. So that again is Matiere Premier's Parisian Musk. And let's close things out with something real bougie, you all, from the house of Roja, you all. From the house of Roja Parfums, you all, we have Sweetie Aoud. This one I have heard so much about. People rave about Sweetie Aoud. And I'm like, okay, is it really that good? I had no idea what the notes were, but I just heard a lot of hype about it, particularly more so on the Instagram side of the fragrance community. So I said, let's see what happens. We have top notes of bergamot and artemisia, and then we also have heart notes of rose de mai, sisters, and we have pastry accord. And then in the base wall, we have cardamom, cumin, let's see, we have cypriol, we got patchouli, cedarwood, gaiac wood, oud wood, juniper, amyris, frankincense, and labdanum. This scent is all over the place to me based on the notes, because we got some citrus going, we got some florals, we got some gourmand going on, we got some spices in here, some incense, woods. Okay, what have we signed up here for? But this is why we sample, okay? This is why we do these sampling videos. And let me tell y'all something. This is so good. Immediately love at first sniff. I smelled this and I was like, there's like a sweetness to this, but also with the woodiness, but it's like perfectly blended. And I see why they highlight the pastry accord in here. This is amazing. Now I see why they call it Sweetie Oud, because it's a sweet oud scent. This makes so much sense to me. This exceeded my expectations, and I see why people love this scent. I am now one of those people. Sweetie Aoud, I'm gonna tell you what this scent would be great as, and to me this would be an excellent Valentine's Day scent. Yes, it's because of the oud in here, that means it can stand up to cold weather, because Valentine's Day is in February, that is wintertime, but it's still sweet and still inviting at the same time, and to me that's Valentine's Day. This would be amazing as a Valentine's fragrance, like wow. I am so impressed. To me, this is unisex, but leaning feminine again because of the sweetness. Very impressed with Roja Parfums Sweetie Aoud. Y'all, this is a win. Yeah, I want a bottle of this. This is good. So, all right, everyone, that wraps up this episode, this edition of the sampling series, the first one for 2025. Let me know what you think. As you can see, we have something of all ranges, new, old, hyped, not hyped. It's a nice little spread here, different brands. Let me know what you think. And again, I got all my samples from Twisted Lily. You all know this. I do have a code with them. Definitely check it out if you also want to do some sampling for yourself. But alas, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.